my title with the Annapolis Symphony is Artistic Director and Conductor. So that's what I do. I direct all the artistic programs of the orchestra, and then I conduct the concerts. And I would say that's probably the most fun part of my job, the one that I really enjoy, if you cannot tell. We do lots of concerts. I think that people don't always realize that we do a variety of different programs. I think the core programming that we do is the Masterworks series, which is our biggest concerts. We do 6 programs of those each season. We've already performed 3, and we have 3 more to go this season. Those are the meat and potatoes of what we do. I think we present the core of the symphonic repertoire, and we try to bring enough diversity in our programming so that we appeal to the most number of people, because obviously people that like symphonic or classical music like different types of symphonic music, and you can't be performing the same type all the time. So we try to bring as much variety as possible. Some of the ones that I'm looking forward to, it's always hard for me to say, because we take a lot of care and pride in preparing each program. So for me, choosing one single one is like choosing a child among all your children. So I'm not going to do that. I tend to say that my favorite program is the one that I'm currently working on. So that's the main part, but then we have some other type of concerts. One of my favorite ones also is the ones that we do for larger audiences, like Quiet Waters Park. When we do that, Pops in the Park, usually for Labor Day, we are trying to add some other programs of that type. And those are really fun because, first of all, they're free, so anyone in the community can attend. Second of all, we are in a fantastic setting, which is Quiet Waters Park, directly with nature, and people bring food, they eat, they have a good time, they bring their kids, they bring their dogs. So it really, we are performing for our community at large, and it's delightful to see children reacting to the music that they hear, dancing, running, and having fun. Really, people enjoy music in one of the most purest states. So that's very enjoyable for us as performers. So we do all kinds of different presentation of different type of classical music so that we can have as much variety as possible. The ASO mission is to bring top quality symphonic music to our region. And symphonic music means a lot. It's not just what it is called as classical music, but we have an incredible array of artists that we are proud of present. And I think that what people call classical music is music that has lasted 400 centuries. So we try to bring representation of each of those periods of music to our audiences so that they can decide what they like most. We don't decide for them. We try to present as much music as possible and then let them enjoy and decide what they like. But we also want to bring symphonic music in a way that is in accord with the 21st century. I think that symphony orchestras are regarded as organizations that they are old and obsolete in some ways and elitist, and we are trying to fight that preconception, because I think that people enjoy music, and it doesn't matter whether it is performed with an orchestra, with a band, with a small group, with a singer, with an instrument. Our mission is to show people the music that they like, but they don't know yet. So we try to bring all these different types of symphonic music and chamber music that we think is first rate, and we hope our audiences will fall in love with. This is where we do our work. This is where we do most of our performances. So this is really our home. Annapolis wouldn't be the same without Maryland Hall. Looking back to when I was appointed music director of the Annapolis Symphony, one of the things that helped me making the decision to come to Annapolis was the fact that there was Maryland Hall and all these other resident companies working in tandem to present all kinds of artistic events to the community. You don't want to be a music director or an artistic director if you are the only arts organization in the community. So that's not the case here, and I think Maryland Hall obviously plays an essential part in there. The most important part I think that we are now doing is with the Annapolis Symphony Academy. That's where we train the younger people, and we have ages all the way from 4 years old all the way to early 20s. And we have all these different programs where we offer training in music, in instrumental training, then we offer ensemble training. So we are offering now every stage of the preparation from ground zero all the way up to becoming a professional musician, where you will be preparing for auditions to enter professional symphony orchestras. I also conduct the youth orchestra that we just created within the academy, which is called Orion Youth Symphony. And that's a particularly pleasant experience for me because I like very much working with young people. Sometimes when you are a professional orchestra conductor, they think that you only work with professional musicians and you don't work with young people, but I do both. I've done both all my life, and I enjoy doing that because training the next generation of musicians is a very rewarding profession. I think that it makes you realize that all what you have learned, you can pass it on into the next generation, and you can be very helpful in helping them finding their path.